With chapter 268 of JJK dropping, a lot of people have been saying that the ending is feeling rushed or superficial. But I'm here to tell you all today that Gege is a masterful writer and is articulating the story in such a beautiful way that I am 100% sure that we are going to be getting a JJK Part 2. And after you watch this video, you are going to be too. So real quick, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. You know, it helps out with the engagement and stuff. Breadcrumbs and pieces that Gege has left behind in the last 2 to 5 chapters have been absolutely insane. So starting off right at chapter 268, we see Yuji's domain crumble and the barrier break, and we see the massive domain that he was able to cast. So shout out to me for being correct that his domain barrier was large. But we then see Yuji with one strike knock Megumi out of the whatever the hell that is the physical form of Sukuna's incarnated flesh. And once again we get the classic Yuji walk down as he looks down on Sukuna and offers him again a chance to rejoin him in his body and coexist, not cursing each other out but existing alongside each other. Yuji extends this sympathy and care to the King of Curses, who of course spits it right back in Yuji's face. However, for one of the first times, other than, you know, little small fragments of it, we see Sukuna acknowledge Yuji and even commending for being able to carry out this fast, as he calls it, to the end. And Sukuna dies with his last words being, "Do not underestimate me, I am a curse." Now, a central theme throughout all of Jujutsu Kaisen has been love, specifically who is going to teach Sukuna love, and I believe Yuji failed and accomplished this goal at the same time. You see, you can view it as a fail because Sukuna never managed to change any of his behavior, but his willingness to acknowledge that Yuji was able to carry this out to the end, to challenge his ideals to the end despite being so much weaker than him, shows that he was able to understand that love is an ideal that was stronger than his selfish nature towards himself. Now, a lot of people feel that the way Sukuna died, specifically just fading out of existence, was a bit lackluster, especially since he joined the rest of antagonists going out miserably. But I want to put a pin in that because it's very interesting the way he died. Because there's still a lot of things that need to be resolved, chief of them being Kenjaku's plan. You see, when Kenjaku died, he entrusted his will, i.e. the merger, to Sukuna, and we knew that Sukuna planned to start the merger after he killed everyone who already existed on the battlefield. Now, a major plot point is that the culling games are still going on. Remember, these games are set to continuously go on until all the players are dead, which means someday when Megumi and Itadori take their final breath, they are most likely gonna inadvertently start the merger and cause the new Tengen to merge with all of Japan. Now look, maybe they could figure out a way to deal with the culling games that wouldn't result in everyone being dead, but that all depends on one major thing: who is in possession of the new Tengen. You see, Kenjaku sent the Tengen to Sukuna and Sukuna ate it for whatever reason. Now, that is also a soul in itself, and just like Sukuna, it possibly merged with Megumi. We don't know who is in possession of it. Megumi himself is a Shikigami user, so there's a strong possibility that he could be the one in possession of the new Tengen right now. But if, like the incarnated flesh that was fused with him when Yuji separated his soul, he separated the new Tengen with Sukuna, that could be a major problem because yeah, we saw Sukuna died, but that power still resided with him, and they have no way to disarm it in case of a Sukuna return. Because remember what I said earlier about the way he died? Sukuna technically did not die by cursed energy. And what do I mean by that? Is that he was not killed from an attack using cursed energy. His soul was separated from Megumi's body, and as an incarnated sorcerer, he needs a body in order for him to be able to exist right now. Yuji didn't actually kill Sukuna. The act of separating him from Megumi killed Sukuna, and some people could say it's the same thing, but we all know that Jujutsu laws are funny. And if you actually read the manga, everyone knows that if you don't kill a sorcerer, a curse user with cursed energy, 9 out of 10 times they come back as a curse, and even stronger. And this is what Sukuna could have been foreshadowing when he died. He said, "After all, I am a curse." And I always thought it was strange that he was hailed as the king of curses, but he was a human. If we look at Jujutsu Kaisen as part 1, it could be just like Hidden Inventory, the story of Yuji awakening and becoming one of the strongest sorcerers, but it could also be the story of how Sukuna actually became a curse, and in the part 2 they deal with the fallout of that. Because remember what I was saying about the new Tengen? If Sukuna managed to merge with that and he comes back as a curse with that power, or exactly what Kenjaku wanted to happen, when he dies, he merges with the new Tengen instead of Japan and comes back 10 times stronger. That is going to be a series level problem that Gege is going to need to resolve. And remember, we still have the United States being aware of cursed energy and cursed users. So that's another plot point that needs to get wrapped up. And in 3 more chapters with Yuta's life in the balance, I'm not sure if Gigi has the time to wrap all that up. This being said, I'm about 50% sure that we're going to get a part 2, because while I said everything here, I could be very well wrong, and the ending could be just as it is and Sukuna could remain dead. But something about his words and Urame's words at the end, that it was because of his reincarnated body, really haunted me.
VDV got it.